So I'm in a really bad position because my two closest allies have been taken out back to back, and if everything goes the way I think it's gonna go, I'm gonna be going home next. And this is like bad because, well, obviously I want to get to the end and win the game, and now I have to think of a different plan because, well, otherwise I'm not gonna make it to the end. My thinking is to just play low, try and keep up some good connections and see if I can just win one immunity challenge. And if I can get to the final 3, I think that's a pretty good indication why I should win this game. Hey girl, hey Sarah, what do you want? Well, I just feel like you're in a bad position and I think you're in need of an ally. What I'm saying is that maybe, I just have no intention of, betraying you. Well, thanks, I kinda need to hear it, but, what's your plan to keep me around? Well, I guess, maybe, we can try and get Marjorie on board and make, an all-girls alliance, if that kinda makes sense. Really, at the moment, I'm up to anything right now. I have no more allies. So, Phoebe is hit rock bottom, and I have a feeling she'll be a number to me. We're at Final 5, need some numbers. And I could use her as a number, as she's just gonna do anything to just get to the end at this point because, well, of the position she's in. And I've got good connections with Marjorie that I want to make sure that are still there and stuff. And then we can slowly work towards making something happen. And then we can just try and get rid of Mike. And then, I don't know, maybe Phoebe can beat Lucas and we can try and see what happens after that. But I've got options, and I'm feeling pretty good about my position because I don't think anybody really wants to take me out. Hey Marjorie. Hey Sarah, what do you want? Well, I kind of think, you know how me and you had, that deal on day, what was it? I actually can't remember. Where me and you would, work together, we wouldn't vote for each other and stuff. We've both technically stayed true to that plan. But what I'm asking is, for me and you and Phoebe to work together and make another situation, a Final 3 for all girls and stuff. Just see what happens, make another girl winner, do you understand? I get it. Mike is a big threat and I've been thinking about taking him out, so I don't mind doing it. Cool. So, I know it's dangerous for me to take Marjorie to the end because of, well, how big of a strategic threat she is. But at the moment, Lucas is probably guaranteed to win the next 2 immunity challenges, and if Marjorie is willing to work with me, it just kind of takes Mike out of the game for this round. And then hopefully, once everything is said and done, it's me, Lucas, Phoebe, and Marjorie at Final 4, and if Lucas does end up winning immunity, then we can just take Marjorie out, because I like Marjorie, me and her have a good deal, good friendship, but she is too much of a threat to take to the end. Last night's tribal, I put my vote on the line and my life in this game on the line for Mike to pull off his little move. And as much as I think the move on my part was right since it worked out, I still understand that Mike is probably the biggest threat in this game. And taking him to the end would just be a bit dumb. So, if I can work with these 3 girls and potentially try and get the votes into Mike, then I'll be in a good position. However, I've got to remember that Mike actually has an idol, and that could be potentially dangerous and failing in our plan. Hey Mike. Hey Marjorie. So you have the idol, right? Yeah, I have plans to use it at the next tribal. Why? Well, it's the Final 5, it's the last time I can use it. I might as well use it instead of just carrying it home with me. Yeah, I get that, but if you play it and you didn't need to, maybe that sends an indication to the jury that you were just not using it for any purpose, or all your strategic moves were just luck and you weren't as a strategic player as they thought you were. Well, that vaguely makes sense. Yeah, I understand that, but I still have my threat levels up, right? People still value me as a big threat, so it's just playing the idol is just a bit of precaution, I guess. Yeah, well, I guess so. So, I have plans to play my idol, but Marjorie is telling me, maybe you shouldn't and stuff, which is odd. If you thought it wasn't a dumb move, I guess maybe she would tell me. But in the context of how deep we are into the game now, I wouldn't be surprised if she's starting to turn against me, as she is strategic. And the thing is if I don't play it, right, and she is playing me, which I wouldn't be surprised if she was, then I'm just gonna feel like a complete twat. So I need to get information from Lucas, because if I don't get a clear answer from him that he's still willing to work with me, then that just completes the certainty that I have to play the idol. So Mike is willing to play the idol, which would throw a wrench into this whole operation of trying to get rid of him. So I need to make sure that he doesn't play it. And by making him think that playing the idol for no reason, which should be a stupid move, might be an actually good plan, because he wants to make some big moves, and making one bad move and making the audience think, oh, maybe he's not as good as a player as we thought he is. And I know it's probably a lie, but it doesn't matter. As long as he doesn't play it, it's important, because otherwise I can't get rid of him. Hey Lucas. Hey Mike. Well, we're the final two boys. This could feel good. Yeah, I guess you make a fair point. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about is, are you still willing to work with me and Marjorie? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I want to try and take out some physical threats, I guess, because, well, I mean, I probably got the other two immunity wins hands down, but it can't be too safe. So I kind of want to take Phoebe out. Cool. So, are you willing to, we still willing to work together? Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool, that's all I needed to know. Do I want to work with Mike and take out Phoebe? Honestly, not really. I mean, I gotta remember, the only reason why I was brought into the plan to take Jim out was because I was originally going to make sure that Mike didn't play an idol if he had one, which would just make him feel good. I ended up doing it because, well, I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to make such a big move. But honestly, working with Mike in the Final 5, Final 4 and stuff, it just, yeah, I potentially could take him out at Final 4, but I mean, the longer he stays in the game, the more chaos is produced, and if the chance emerges to take him out, I've got to take it. Are you ready to get to your 6th individual immunity challenge? Yeah, for today's challenge, you're each gonna hold on and try and last the longest on one of the poles. If you fall, you're out of the challenge. Last person standing will win immunity, safe from the vote. Losers, trouble council, where somebody will be the 12th person voted out of this game and the 6th member of the jury. Alright, we'll draw for spots and we'll get started. Okay, everybody is in position and this challenge is on. Everybody has started out this challenge really well. You've been going for 3 minutes. Everybody has made it to the 5-minute mark. Keep it up. It's the final 5 immunity challenge. Lose it and you could be going out. Everybody needs to dig deep. Marjorie slides down. She's the first person out of this challenge. Everybody else has been going for 10 minutes. Keep it up. Everybody will have different strategies on how they will approach it. If your strategy is off, you might lose and then end up being voted out at tonight's tribal. You don't want that to happen. So everyone's got to the 20-minute mark. Congratulations. Ooh, Mike takes a hard fall. He's the next person out of this challenge. We're down to Lucas, Phoebe, and Sarah, fighting it out for immunity. Congratulations, you guys have been going for 30 minutes. For now, you could be going home. You guys have been going for 45 minutes. Oh, and 5 minutes short of an hour. Sarah can't hold on much longer. She's out, meaning we're down to Phoebe and Lucas. It's been Lucas and Phoebe throughout this challenge. They have not moved. They have been going for an hour and a half. Congratulations. Oh, Lucas, you've got to let me have this one. What do you mean? If you win, that puts me vulnerable. You're safe. I'm not. You've got to let me win this. Yeah, but if I lose, they could target me for winning 4 times in a row. If you drop, I'll work with you. And I've got Sarah. That's free. Maybe we can get Marjorie on board. Trust me, it doesn't matter if you don't win. or not, we're going to try and get rid of Mike. But if you win, it makes me vulnerable. And in a shocking turn of events, Lucas can't hang on much longer. He's out of this challenge, meaning Phoebe wins immunity for the first time this season. Congratulations, Phoebe, on the immunity, guaranteed spot in the final four. As for the rest of you, tribal council tonight, but somebody will be the 12th person voted out of this game, and the 6th member of the jury. It will not be you. Grab your stuff and back to camp, and I'll see you tonight. Winning feels great. I'm only one win away from making it to the final three. I take my hat off to Lucas. He went through the deal. It was risky of him. I plan to still work with him. I plan to stay by my word. And hopefully by the end of tonight, we can take out Mike. And I solidify good trust with Lucas. Congratulations, Stephen. Thank you. Yeah, you did that so good. Yeah, well, I couldn't win all of them. Because I've got one. Thanks. Giving up immunity is awfully risky, especially when I'm in a situation where I could have just lost one and get taken out immediately. But I took the risk because, well, Phoebe told me that I really don't need to win the challenge, and I believe that she's kind of correct. And the thing is I could build good trust with Phoebe, so if I get into a situation where I don't win Final Four immunity, then hopefully, in any worst case scenario, I go through, hopefully. Like, I feel like I'm in a good position, but yeah, there is a little bit of risk in tonight's factors, and now I'm vulnerable at tonight's tribal. Okay, so it's at this fall? Yeah, I guess so. So what's the plan? So it's obviously Mike. Yeah, but how do we make sure that Mike, doesn't get suspicious of this or looks for an idol, or even if he has one, plays it? Well, I think you and Lucas go up to him and, talk to him, make him feel calm, and make him maybe, tell him that you're gonna come after me, but, try and make it believable. Okay? Okay, sure. I think we can do that. Tonight's vote rests in the helps of, Lucas and Marjorie. I've done my bit to try and convince them to work with me. I think they're willing to go through with it because, well, I don't see why they wouldn't, and I think Marjorie does believe that Mike is a big threat, even though she was kind of working with him. But tonight's awfully risky because if it fails, I could potentially just go home because, well, I don't have immunity, Nicholas, but I feel like Marjorie and Lucas might be a bit of shields for me if Mike does play an idol. Oh, hey, you two, I wanted to talk to you. Yeah, about what? Well, since Phoebe won immunity, who are we going to vote for? Well, I guess Sarah. Yeah, but Marjorie, you're close with Sarah. Why would you want to do that? Well, who else are we meant to vote for? Yeah, you're right. That's pretty dumb on my point. Sarah, I guess it is. Alright. Sarah, it is. I mean, what else are we meant to do in that situation? We can't just go up and say, oh, who we vote for, when there's clearly only one person to vote for. I mean, of course it was going to be awkward. It was never going to be a really genuine discussion, because there's only one name we could mention. So of course it was going to be quick and snappy. I mean, I've done my best to try and convince him to stay. Stay on board with voting for Sarah so he doesn't play an idol. But I'm still worried about the fact that Mike, if he senses a bit of danger, will just play the idol because, well, he's got it and this is the last night he can use it, so why shouldn't he just use it? So I need to try and make sure I can convince him not to do it. You gonna play the idol? Well, like I said, if I feel like I'm in danger, I will. Do you feel like you're in danger? Well, I don't know. I don't think Lucas is genuinely would want to vote out Sarah over, well, me, to be honest, because I don't know if he trusts me, so that's where I'm worried. I mean, Lucas, I don't know if you noticed this, but Lucas over the last few days has kind of been resenting Sarah. She they haven't really been getting along, so I wouldn't be surprised if Lucas puts it on Sarah's name. Yeah, the thing is that Sarah and Phoebe definitely coming after me, and that puts Lucas in the middle. So I don't see what's so bad about me just taking some precaution. I just don't think you have to. And like I said before, if the move if you play the island when you shouldn't have to, maybe people will just start on the jury would just start to resent you more, if that makes sense. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's difficult. I don't know why Marjorie is so concerned about my idol. I mean, it's not her ass on the line. I could be potentially going home. Most definitely, I'm probably on the chopping block tonight. And it's got me thinking that she is trying to, like, make sure and get some information about me potentially playing an idol. Maybe I should play the idol. Like, I haven't got a real genuine answer about what's going on tonight. Marjorie could be playing me because she's acting weirder than she has the entire game. And it's just safety. But she does make up a good point that if I play it, and when I shouldn't have played it, maybe that would make the jury resent me more. And I don't want that, because I want to win this game. I don't know how I'm going to play it tonight, you know? Could play it safe, it could backfire, in terms of the jury might not think I'm as strategic as they think. I'll just have to go into tribal and read some faces, I guess. Welcome, Weather, to your 6th merged tribal council. First things first, we're bringing the members of the jury. Lindsay, Steve, Lena, Carl, and Jim voted out at last night's tribal council. Phoebe, you win immunity. How does that feel? Feels great. Feels great to know that I'm only one win away from making it to the final 3. And overall, it's just a good feeling because I know I'm not going to go home, and I've been in the dumps a little bit. So, Lucas, are you nervous knowing that you won 4 times in a row and you could potentially be taken out for that? Like I said, Jeff, I know I have a physical threat on my back, but again, this game is more than just that. It's about strategic threats, social threats, and I think we've got a lot of those people around who are immune tonight. Like who? Well, you've got Sarah, she's a social threat. You got Jim, he's very strategic. So, Jim, how does it make you feel that Lucas is pointing at you saying, hey, Jim's strategic, maybe you should run him out? Obviously makes me nervous, but I know I've got that strategic threat on my back. And so, it's kind of like, well, it's a bit nervous seeing him point me out, but I kind of am expecting it. I mean, we're into that point of the game where you need to make strategic moves, and for him to point that out is kind of a blessing in disguise. Sarah, how does it feel to also be pointed out by Lucas that you're a social threat? Like Jim, I kind of know I've got it, on my back. I know I'm kind of a social threat, so, Mike, it might make me seem better to the jury than it makes him seem. Alright, well that it is. Time to vote. Sarah, you'll start us off. Mike, I'm sorry, but you're just too dangerous to take to the final 3. If you play the idol tonight, that will be bad, but hopefully you don't play it, and then we can take you out. Sorry, dude. This is just the way it's going to be. I'll tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now will be the time to do so. Yeah, Jeff, I'm going to play it. I've decided I'm not going to risk it tonight. Okay, this is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Mike will not count. Okay, first vote. Mike does not count. Second vote. Mike does not count. That's 2 votes, Mike. None of them count. Third vote. Mike does not count. Fourth vote. Mike does not count. That's 4 votes, Mike. None of them count. 1 vote left. The 5th vote. And the 12th person voted out. And the 6th member of the jury. Lucas. Lucas, that's 1. That's enough for tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch. Lucas, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, congratulations to the 4 of you for making it to the final 4. Which one of you will not make it to day 39, and which one of you will win the game? Only time will tell. Grab your torches and back to camp. Good night. Well, I mean, I guess I have no one else to blame but myself. I should never have stepped down at that challenge to give Phoebe the win, because now looking back at it, that's blatantly stupid of me.
I mean, someone in their right mind would throw away an immunity challenge like that? I mean, I had that in the bag, and I just decided I'll just give it to Phoebe, try and earn some trust with somebody I didn't really trust anyway. And I guess I only have myself to blame.
I think I know what I'm going to ask at my jury speech, because I'd like to know the reason why Jim voted me out, just for clarity, I guess. But I can't wait to cast my vote.